everyone, welcome back to Sparkling Sketches. It's Aria here. Alright, so today I have a pretty fun video for you guys. So I'm actually going to be drawing some of my OCs. So if you don't know what OCs are, OCs stand for Original Characters. And then giving you some tips about how to find your art style. So I'm going to be drawing 5 of my OCs. So here we have Kikiana, Kitty Lee, Layla, Oak, and December. So yeah, so let's get into it. So first of all, Kikiana is this girl who develops star powers, and she is like really shy, and she only trusts her two best friends. And then at the bottom of the page is Kitty Lee, and Kitty Lee is this girl. She loves animals, especially cats. And yeah, so that's for the first page. So yeah, now I want to talk about art style a little bit. So first of all, I just want to talk about my art style journey. So I've been struggling with art style for a while because, like, honestly, if you look back at some of my old videos, which, like, literally I cringe at, they're, like, my art style is, like, so different now, and I like it better now, but, like, I just, like, even on this sketchbook spread, like, every character has, like, a slightly different art style, and, like, I want to find, like, just, like, an art style that's just, like, mine, and just, like, it's just my own, but it's been, like, hard, because I find an art style that I really like, but then I, like, can't recreate it, and I feel like that's the problem. So lately I've just been trying, and so actually what I was doing the other day is I just, like, took a blank, sketchbook page, and I literally just, like, started, like, sketching just, like, random doodles of characters, but what I discovered is that, like, when I was just, like, playing around with it, and I wasn't, like, putting pressure on myself to, like, make, like, a nice drawing, I actually, like, really loved what I came out with, and I actually, like, found this art style that I actually really like, and I think I'm going to, like, try it for, like, my next video. But I guess the point is that, like, I never would have discovered that if I hadn't just, like, stopped trying to make perfect drawings and just, like, kind of sketched a little bit. Because I feel like everybody's, like, so caught up in just, like, making, like, these, like, performance art. I feel like I would call it, like, performance art, like, art that's, like, just for showing the world. But, like, you can't do that. You can't, like, forget, like, to make art for yourself. Because what happens if you don't is you're not gonna, like, ever experiment or, like, get better. Because you're not going to, like, feel like you can experiment. So yeah, what I would say is just, like, take a sketchbook page and, like, you don't have to show it to anybody, but just, like, try to, like, just, like, randomly doodle and just, like, try to come up with something that you like, because, like, this is just, like, the best way. I feel like. And the other thing you have to keep in mind is art style, it's kind of like handwriting, okay? Handwriting, everybody has, like, their own type of handwriting, but it also develops over time. So, like, art style, you feel like you can't just copy someone else's art style because, like, you're just gonna feel unnatural trying to draw on someone else's art style all the time, and it's not gonna be fun or as fun. So you have to kind of, like, you can take inspiration from other, like, channels and artists and stuff, or your friends, but, like, don't copy, because then you're probably just gonna end up, like, frustrated. But yeah, so okay, so even, like, if you look at, like, this page, like, all the ways that they color hair and everything, it's just, like, they're all so different, and, like, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. I feel like I like the way I drew Kikiana best, I think, but, like, I guess the point is that, like, my art style is always changing, but, like, that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that. But at some point, you do want to figure out an art style. I feel like my problem is I'm always, like, thinking about how I want my art style to be, but I'm never actually just, like, drawing and trying to do it. So I feel like that's why, like, the most important thing is just, like, experiment and try it out. I think especially for people who post their art online, who have art channels, or they post on Instagram, or, like, just, like, post pictures and things, they put a lot of pressure on themselves for every drawing to be perfect and post-worthy. But, like, that's not okay, because then you're never going to just, like, have the freedom to, like, figure out your art style. And I know for a lot of people, art style is, like, really a big thing, especially if you don't do, like, realism or hyperrealism. Art style is a really big thing, because then it's like you get to kind of choose what your art looks like, what your people look like, what your animals look like, what your just everything looks like. And so everybody wants to kind of have their own unique art style. But I feel like the thing is art style is always changing, just like handwriting. And it's important to know that and remember that. But at the same time, you can also, like, put some work into, like, figuring out what it is. And like, okay, so like literally when I made these sketches, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was like laying in bed, and I just got some inspiration, and like so like they were like really rough sketches, but I liked that because then I kind of like look at them and like think about like if I wanted my art style to be like that, like Kikiana, I did her like in bed in the dark, and yeah, so that was that. But I honestly really love the way she turned out. And I guess that's just what I'm saying. It's like you'll find your art style if you're not like putting pressure on yourself to be perfect. And I still have a long way to go with my art style. I'm not like nowhere near where I want it to be, but I feel like I'm getting there. Okay, so just pause really quick. This is Layla. She is a unicorn girl, and then next to her, the boy is Oak. So Layla is a unicorn girl, and she lives like in the clouds, like all the other unicorn people, and she's just really sweet and fun, and she loves adventures. And then Oak is a wood elf, and he lives in these like caves like all the other wood elves, but like all he wants to do is just like run away and live in the forest like the animals, but he's not allowed to. And so those are like some of my OCs. And yeah, honestly I love drawing OCs because like I can just like, experiment with them, and like OCs are great because they already have like kind of a set look, if you know what I mean. So they're a really easy way to experiment with your art style. Same thing with fan art. So what I would recommend if you are going to experiment with your art style, maybe try like drawing an OC or fan art, because then it's like you don't have to focus on like actually like coming up with an idea. You can just focus on how you draw them, if that makes sense. Because if you're trying to come up with a new character, you're going to be more focused on the design aspect and not the art style aspect. So that's what I would say about that. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was like what to do like, if your art style keeps changing. So I know that this is for me, art style is always changing, but you shouldn't be like discouraged if your art style is always changing, because it doesn't mean like you don't have an art style. It just means that it's evolving, and more often than not, it means that it's also getting better. So like my art style is always changing, but I also feel like it's also improving as it changes. Like I said, it's like handwriting. Like your handwriting changes as you get older, but like a lot of times it's improving because it gets neater, prettier, etc. So yeah, I would say don't be upset if it just keeps changing, because I think eventually you will get to a point where it's like it stops changing, but you might not. But like I said, so just try like to just sketch some fan art or some OCs, and just do like a couple sketches. So because for me, I feel like art style is so much about the facial features, specifically the eyes and then the hair when you're drawing humans. So like just like draw some fan art or OCs, and then like just like a couple different versions in the kind of different styles, and then figure out like which you like best, like as far as eyes, facial features, hair, clothing, like or just like anatomy in general, and just like think about which one you think looks the best and which one you like the best and which one is fun to draw. And so yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I do, and I think it's working because I feel like I'm really getting close to like that like set art style. But like maybe I'm not. Maybe art style is just one of the things that like is always changing. But yeah, so now I am doing December Snow. She is one of my OCs, and she's one of my favorites. I draw her a lot. I don't like how this drawing turned out. I liked the sketch, but the line art just got messed up. I don't know, it's something about the face or the hair. But she's my last OC, and I kind of just squeezed her in at the bottom. So yeah, she is a fairy, and she loves magic and spells and potions, and she also loves animals, and she has a pet deer named Copper. Okay, so, but yeah, so basically, takeaway points of art style is that art style is always changing, so you shouldn't be upset about that. And to just don't always try to make your drawings perfect. Take some time to just kind of experiment, because that's how you're going to find that art style that you love. And lastly, take some time for studies and try just drawing fan art or like OCs, and try to figure out which art style you like best. Okay, so this page is almost done. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was kind of like a little bit of longer video than what I normally do. So let me know if you guys like the longer videos that you like can draw along to, or if you'd rather like the short videos. But yeah, so this is what my page looks like. I'm just gonna show you guys like my OCs up close. As you like, can you like you kind of know now what I'm talking about like how everything seems to be like in a different art style. But yeah, so try out all those things, and I hope this video helped you. Like honestly, art style is something I'm still trying to understand myself and figure out for myself. So I'm not sure how qualified I am to give advice, but I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So I'm just trying to help you guys out here. So yeah, so this is what my drawings look like. And hopefully I get to an art style soon that I like and that I want to keep. But yeah, so make sure to send your OCs into my email, which will link in the description if you want them featured in one of my next videos. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!